Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and in today's video we're going to be looking into the crystal ball and giving you a prediction for 2025 when it comes to diesel pricing, right? So why are we even going to predict this? This is going to be super important if you're looking to get into the trucking industry in any way, shape, or form, because what do trucks run on? Diesel, that's right. So when you're looking at the diesel pricing, that's going to be one of the biggest costs that an average truck driver actually has to deal with when it comes to running his or her business. That being said, diesel pricing going up and down dramatically can really hurt profit margins, because when diesel kind of goes up and down like a roller coaster all the time, your rates usually do not follow the same exact way. So you want to make sure that you have stability in your business, and you want to make sure that you are able to predict the future so you can actually start planning out exactly what's going to be happening, so you know what exact kind of routes that you can actually be taking. Because a good owner-operator in this case, who's looking to make as much money as possible, means that you have to make sure that you fully understand what are your expenses. How much is it going to cost you for taxes, how much is it going to cost you for insurance, any type of truck payments, and your fuel costs, of course. And depending on what that looks like, you want to give yourself a buffer so you know exactly how much to charge for your rates, so then you can have enough profit at the end of the day. So if we look back on 2024, we started off 2024 with pretty high gas and diesel prices, and then they started to come on down by the end of the year. And at the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what my predictions are for 2025 diesel prices. That being said, let's get started. So before we actually get into it, let's talk about what is the current state right now. So the current state of diesel, on average, if you kind of do across the entire country, the average gallon of diesel is going to cost about $3.71. Now, the most expensive states that you can actually purchase diesel in is actually going to be in Hawaii. It's beautiful there, but of course, in order to get diesel there, they're going to have to put on a boat, so transportation costs are super high. Environmental things make it high as well. So the actual highest price that you can purchase diesel for today is going to be $5.30 if you're a truck driver in Hawaii. Aloha to all you guys out there. Now, if you know what the most expensive is, where is the cheapest diesel in the entire country? And currently right now, Oklahoma is the winner there, where the average gallon of diesel is actually going to be $3.09. That's right, $3.09, almost getting to that $2 range, which is amazing. I mean, this is a far way up from when my father and his brothers were driving trucks back in the day. He used to say back in the day when he was driving trucks, diesel was under $1 per gallon. Imagine how much profit that they were making when diesel is that cheap, right? And of course, as the economy continues to grow, as inflation does what it's supposed to do, everything's going to continue to rise over time, and hopefully you're taking that into account. But that being said, what is actually going to be the factors of making diesel pricing go up or diesel pricing go down? And it's pretty much only a few different factors. The main factor that actually affects this is going to be supply and demand, right? So when you take it to the extremes, when there's a lot of supply and very little demand, price really drops. So the last time that this really happened was during COVID, when everybody had to stop driving and all these refineries were still pumping out all these oil for gas and diesel and things like that. And all of a sudden, the price of gas dropped dramatically for a short period of time. Then once kind of the world started to wake up again, things start to normalize. So when it comes to supply and demand, when you really are looking into 2025, what are the different things that are going to be happening there? So the brand new presidency, whether you like him or whether you hate him, this is what he's predicting to do. So on the supply side, one thing that this old president actually did was shut off any of the actual natural resources when it comes to oil from this country itself, and made us dependent on other countries. What this president's looking to do is actually make us self-dependent, which means that we can actually focus on only the fuel that's coming in from our country itself. That should increase the supply of actual oil, crude oil, which they need to actually create diesel, which means that your pricing should actually start dropping over time as these predictions start happening. So I believe that 2025 is going to be a pretty stable year, but if our president does what he says he's going to do, that means that the supply is going to increase. We don't have to pay extremely expensive transportation costs from bringing oil from other parts of the world to here. We can actually build it right from our own country right here and there, right? So that's going to be the main thing. The next thing that's going to affect is going to be the demand, right? So if there's more supply and the demand stays the same, of course price is going to drop. But if demand goes up, which means that the economy gets booming, rates start getting super high again, and a lot of people start driving, that's what's going to make things start to stabilize. I believe we're getting into a place of the economy where things are going to be a lot more positive, and things are going to start moving in a lot more positive environment, which means profits are going to start to go up. When profits go up too high, that's when everybody starts talking about it, and everybody kind of jumps in, and things start to stabilize out. But the people who understand the fundamentals always wind up making money, no matter what type of market that you're actually in, right? The other thing that's going to fluctuate pricing is going to be seasonal demands. So when it comes to seasonal demands, summertime is usually going to be a spike when it comes to gas and diesel, simply because a lot more people are out and about versus the wintertime, where people usually stay home and try to conserve as much as possible, so they're not driving as much. And of course, the demand drops and actual price drops as well. It makes it super, super simple. And then really, there's the other main thing that's going to affect pricing is going to be the actual tax that they put on it. A lot of people are not fully aware that every time you buy a gallon of fuel, whether it's gas or diesel, the state is actually taxing it. And if the state did not tax anything, the actual price per gallon would drop dramatically if there was absolutely no tax on that. So depending on what your state actually looks like, whether your state likes taxing their citizens or whether your state likes to keep their taxes as low as possible, is going to determine what actually happens in your individual state when it comes to gas prices, right? Because ultimately, it's going to be what is gas or what is diesel. It's going to be okay. It's going to be how much it actually costs to purchase the actual oil barrel that they're going to create this product from, and then how much the refinery actually costs. We have a bunch of refineries right here in the States, so we're purchasing oil from the barrels coming from outside the country, and usually the prediction is saying that it's going to be anywhere from $70 to $90 per barrel. And as long as it stays within that fluctuation, everything should be pretty stable on the gas piece. Everything outside of that is all going to be supply and demand, and it's going to be what your government decides to do with tax and environmental control itself, right? So if we were to put a bow on this whole thing, I believe that 2025, your gas prices are going to start to level off, go a little bit more negative itself. Make sure that things are nice and easy, but the most important thing is that you're going to have a nice steady flow of just consistent gas prices, and you're not going to have big swings up and down. Because as long as you have a nice steady flow and it is what it is, now you can start predicting for the future. You don't really have to worry about it. So my prediction by the end of this year of 2025, and you can hold me to it, the gas prices are probably going to be close to where they are today, which is going to be $3.70, maybe as low as like $3.60, a 10-cent swing. Let's see exactly how good we do. In order for you to find that out, subscribe to the channel, put a comment on what you believe gas prices are going to be December of 2025. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't gotten a CDL already, come to the best CDL school in the country, here at Driving Academy. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.